My wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa.
As I say, dick.
Welcome to episode 102 of the Your Allegiance podcast. And we're back as a trio this week.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome back, Rich. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody. I'm good, thank you. Yes, as opposed to last week where I literally couldn't move because of 6
So what happened in Birmingham then with Mal?
wasn't Birmingham.
He treated me rough. No. No, I went for a massage. Problems with my back. So I went for a massage, and my massage therapist is 6'6", and he beat the living crap at me, basically, with a deep tissue massage. And I was in so much pain last week. It was ridiculous.
Man, never.
So it seems to have worked, and my back's feeling better this week.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it did
was
work.
a long game thing, was it?
Yeah, just extremely painful at the time.
Well, no pain, no gain, I suppose.
Exactly,
I do say that. Yeah. Great. You got your David Williams t-shirt on, supporting
I do, yeah.
Arizona crew.
Yep.
There you go.
Somebody asked me in work today if that was me. I was like, well, I'm not undead for starters, so no, I take offence at that. But there we go.
I wish it was me.
Yeah.
And how you do, Mal? You
I'm
were
all right.
tired this last week when I was
Possibly
trying to
tired. It's been a busy
squeeze
old
some
week.
content out of you.
It's been a busy old week this week.
Yeah,
one of
you
those,
boys are being worked too hard by the British government. I mean, you know,
seriously.
it's tough.
Oh, seriously, I could, the way things are at the moment this week, I could not work Friday and still have comfortably done my hours. I don't like this. This is not on.
Well, this week we're going to talk a little bit of the news, which is the first couple of retailer wave figs. By the time this drops on Friday, there'll probably be one more revealed if they reveal one on the Thursday this week. But we got the first two, and then we'll do. We're going to do what we're going to try and do every month is do a third-party parts news kind of slot, or where we go through the new drops from the different third parties. We thought monthly might be a good cadence for that, where there is actually stuff to talk about, and probably new stuff mightn't be the same people every month, of course, because it depends what drops. And yeah, Rich, you were so busy today, and you were kind of the one who was leading the gathering effort on that. So I was getting a bit worried that I was going to have to scramble and see what I could find.
No, you're right. I sent you through about 400 pictures, didn't I? So we got there.
Yeah, half an hour ago. So if the slideshow is a little bit wonky,
It'll be fine.
I'm sorry. Normally
excuse.
I'd have had the time to like crop them and get them all looking. I was like, no, just click, 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 click. Send to
I
John.
did that.
Thank you, John.
Yes. So if you are a third party provider and you have new stuff, send it in to us.
Yeah.
You can get us on the Messenger or Instagram, or indeed the Your Allegiance podcast at gmail.com.
We should probably say we're planning to do it once a month, so it might be a couple of weeks after
We did
they
say
send
that.
it.
I did just say
sorry.
that.
Wake up, Mal. Jesus.
I'm listening.
He's not listening.
Welcome to the Sleepathon with Mal, everybody.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Sorry,
Mal's on the podcast, but he doesn't listen to it. But then he also doesn't listen to it while he's on the podcast.
That's the next step,
That's
isn't
next
it?
level. That's the next level, Pete McCarthy. There you go,
Just
Pete.
show up.
That's the next level. Just don't even listen when you're on the show.
So
And I am not editing that one out. Sorry, you'd have to transfer me some cash to edit that one
It's
out.
too good. I mean, too.
So anyway, before Mal wasn't
Rudely
listening and interrupted me, if you are a third party, or if you're a fan of the show and you see third party parts that we haven't talked about and that you'd like us to talk about in our little monthly slot that we're going to do, drop us a line, send us a note, and we'll take a look. And if we like them, we'll definitely include them in the show. And even if we don't like them and you really like them, we will include them in the show, And then
is it wrong that I'm actually quite angry you've made that announcement, John? Because it's like, no, I want to do it all. They can sod off.
Yeah, and when the British government is working you to the bone, I think
This is true.
you'll
Then we
be
got-
thankful of
This is
people.
very true.
And to be fair, they might just drop in and go, X and Y Z company has just released a new orc head sculpt. You should check that out. there's still a lot of gathering to go there, you know.
This is true. I mean, obviously, if anyone sees any barbarian stuff, don't bother. Just,
Send that into Mal
don't
or
bother
John.
sending that to us. No need.
Still send barbarian stuff. Ignore Rich.
Absolutely. Especially
few
naked
barbarians.
torsos and stuff like that. Send them to Rich.
Wondered where we were going with that one.
Yeah,
No
I'll
titty
accept
pictures.
anything. It's fine. It's fine.
He'll bring them to his massage therapist and say, how do I look like this?
He's a massage therapist, not a wizard.
Oh, he's not in the Convocation of Basilia, no?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Because then I suppose maybe he is in the House of Noble Bear because he stands and smashes you up as opposed to like giving you a magic potion.
This is true. And he is massive, but he's quite lanky. So I'm not sure they're all bodybuilder show-offs, aren't they, in the House of the Noble Bear? So he might not fit in there.
There's an opportunity for some skinnier build by Vikings in the future, maybe, a new on the 3.0 book. Who knows?
You know, I'm just worried
Does he have double jointed knees and elbows?
The stuff he did to me, I'd say yes. But no. I'm just waiting for when drug testing comes into Mythic Legions and all the roid-induced barbarians just have to leave. Like, sorry, we let you down. We're leaving our action figures now.
Sounds like a plan. Right. Shall we have a look at the news? So the retailer wave was announced. So that's our first bit of news here. And the first two that we know so far are Figura Obscura repaints, the Gods of Ancient Egypt. Coming separately, I think, is the first news. So that's pretty cool, no?
Yep.
Definitely good.
And this is the third year for this retailer wave. And the February the 14th, Valentine's Day, is when it's going to be up for order at the retailer. So things are moving pretty fast. We have the heads packs coming this weekend. And
Is
it's
that
on the
this
7th,
weekend?
isn't it? That's the 7th, I think. So 14th.
Yeah, that's Friday. Yeah, the 7th.
Actually, interesting to see the book is gone up for order on a lot of retailers. Same price, which was very interesting.
Yeah.
And the Legion Builder is just 35 as opposed to what people might have expected more to be around was it 44 was normally previous Legion Builders at or 40 sometimes. And that seems to be possibly the new price for Legion Builders at retail, which would be great news. That's
Yes, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, really good news.
Yeah, that'll maybe make some choices a bit easier on what to get direct and what to get at retailers in the future. Anyway, this guy, Bastet, sorry, Mal, yeah?
I was just going to say, I noticed that Big Bad have a 22% sale on Mythics and Cosmics starting, it was either today or in the next couple of days as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, crap. I still haven't released my pile of loot to David yet.
Once you've supported your local retailer, then go and have a look at Big Bad. That'd be my advice.
Yes.
Big Bad will be fine.
Breaking news. Sorry, John. I've just gone on our only UK official retailer, and the Legion Builders are not $35. They are £43, which is the equivalent of about $50.
$50. Great.
So I can't help but think we're getting a bit of a rough deal on those.
Mm-hmm.
You are, yeah?
A little bit.
Yeah, they're shafting us in the nicest possible way.
In the nicest possible way. So this guy, Anubis, a black version, black and blue, they say. So black skin, obviously, and the blue garments and various things you see there. All the stuff you get. They've started to put this picture first in the post. I love it.
Yeah.
So interesting with Anubis, you get the big thing for the big kind of casket on the sticks, and with Bastet you're going to get most of the, what are they called, the little the jars, canopic jars,
big jars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All repainted.
Yes, all repainted. Yeah, there's interesting. So this was gold on the original, this casket, and now and the dog was kind of a black color. Now the dog is gold, and this is like I guess sandstone or something like that.
I'm sorry, listeners. The dog, the jackal, you mean?
The jackal, sorry.
Good Lord, we did an entire episode on Egyptian culture.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't listen to. That's stuff you studied, you know?
This is true, yeah.
So there you get a good look at Anubis himself. So what do you guys think of this repaint? Is it preferable, or what's the...
Go on, Rich,
the verdict, Rich?
because this is your...
I prefer the black skin colour to the original. I love the original, but I prefer the black skin colour, I'd say. But the rest of it is a bit too muted for my liking. I can understand completely why they went lots of different blues and that sort of stuff, but a punch of red or just something, like you look at the original and it's just got that red that just gives it that proper little kick to it. And while they couldn't do exactly the same, obviously, I think some other different colour I think would have worked better than just the various blue colourings.
Yeah.
But I do love the fact that... I was going to say as well, I do love the fact the head's the same colour as the body too. I think it worked really well, the original one, with the darker head, but actually, I really like the fact you can do that with this one.
Yeah.
With the darker head on the original, with the kind of more brown skinned body, does that kind of more suggest that might be more like a helmet than, or more like a kind of a mask?
No, generally in the mythology, he was portrayed like that. So it was very much like a, just a dark head on top of a human-esque looking coloured body sort of thing. So that ties in with that. But I really like the black colouring. I think that works really well as a figure.
Yeah. And you, Mal?
Exactly the same feeling as Rich. I love the black colouring of the skin tone and and matching the head. But I like the red and blue combination on the original one for its not armor. What would you call it? The top and the trimmings. But again, as Rich says, I understand why they've done what they've done. They can't make it exactly the same. So,
and I was still going to get at least 2 of these because I really like the figure. So in that case, in that respect, they've done well. They've sold 2 to me.
And I think, if you look at how they did the Monkey King in Retailer, this is very much along those lines where they changed the skin tone and then they kept the color scheme of the, the garments and all that relatively similar with just slight differences. Maybe slightly more differences here than Monkey King in that they went, there's blue on both of them, but they went more to the blue, whereas the Monkey King stayed in the kind of red and area. But for me, this is it's a great opportunity to get this figure on his own. If you just liked Anubis or Bastet, or if you just wanted the 1.0 book and not the 2.0, or vice versa, this is a great opportunity here. I'm glad they didn't do them in a 2-pack because I think this will sell more.
I wonder actually if that blue around the waist and on is actually more green than it possibly looks there.
It's like a teal, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly.
Sort of teal look, isn't it?
Yeah. So actually, maybe in person, there'll be a bit more contrast. Is that the right way to the colours than it feels like there is? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the studio lights, sometimes the contrast can be hard to come through.
Oh yeah,
the real subtle contrast, the big contrast. But
don't start down that route. We're going to say it's turned out not to be blue, to be green. Or something.
Well, I was trying to say that without saying it.
I'm just teasing, Trevor. But no, actually thinking about it too, the teal sort of colour, it's just dawned on me now that I've got a couple of, or 3 figures inspired on like the Warhammer Tomb Kings, and that sort of teal colour was very prominent in those. So I can use these bits to time with that. So in that respect, that's great.
Super. 14 more on order then.
Yeah.
We have a Tomb King.
Those days have gone, but it might be bumping up from 2, it's fair to say.
So yeah, there's the comparison. I think that's probably the most interesting picture. Bastet. Now she's quite different. I think in comparison. We'll have a look here in a minute.
Yeah, I'd say more so, definitely.
So the canopic jars, they match the tomb from the previous from Anubis, and they just look great. And you know, those accessories, if people
all the accessories look incredible,
trading the accessories like they do, that'll be a great one to pick up for dios and stuff. Even if you're just creating like a desert wasteland for Cosmic Mal, you know, this kind of stuff would be very interesting on a shelf. But very nice looking figure here. What do you think of the color scheme here, Rich, for her?
I really like this on her, actually, more so probably than Anubis. I like the black head. I think that would work really well on the original body. Because obviously they were sort of blue tone, weren't they? The Bastet heads originally. I think this black
shout, yes.
I think this black one will actually work better on the original one.
Yes. Yeah.
Be a bit more faithful to the original depictions and that sort of stuff. I love the black limbs. This has overnight instantly solved my problem about what I was going to do with that Shadow Minotaur head that you painted for me, John, which we agreed was a little too small for a 1.0. But it's black, so it will now fit perfectly on one of these when I get it. And I love the red robes. I think they're really good. And they are making me regret slightly that I sold a Red Riding Hood style head at Legion's Con, which would have gone really well with those robes. And I sold it.
Yes.
So well done, whoever bought that off me. I can't remember who it was, but well done.
The Red Riding Hood parts here with Bastet.
You've just sold me another one.
Do we have does Callian Shun, does she come with a kind of a red cape?
She does. It's a bit more of a burnt orange red.
Yeah, it's like a burnt orange, isn't it? Yeah. But you can make that work, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Or soft goods, red soft goods cape for Legion's Con, somebody.
Yep.
And we got all our bits there.
I'm sure Darla will be on it.
Yep, absolutely. She makes great capes. So I really like this one. I think the red and blue is really striking together. It looks really good. Again, another same comment as the last one, just a great opportunity to get this figure as a single. They're $70, so that is something to consider. I'd say you get the value in the stuff, but when you already have the figure, that is a decision to make. And $70 for custom fodder can also be tricky ask, unless you really have some solid custom ideas with them, you know.
Particularly UK customizers, because let's face it, $70 will translate to £90 on Emporium of Cool.
I mean,
might be doing the group order again this year.
Yeah. I've just checked; they've got the book as well on Emporium of Cool, and it's 60.
€150.
So the equivalent of about $75. So they've hoofed that up as well. So it's like, okay.
Wow, they must really be getting a bad deal, huh?
Yeah.
Horseman. I don't mean that. Don't worry about it, Horseman.
I know every retailer needs to do what they need to do. I totally get that. So, yeah.
It's just that they're the only one, you know. So that's why it's a little bit competition, you know. There's three or four retailers in Germany, so they tend to stick to the retail price. It's suggested retail price, you know, at the highest. So that's Bastet. Then we had Necronominus all-ins. So these aren't my pictures, unfortunately, yet. Our good friend Kevin Boots was posting these in our Discord, and I think he posted some of them on the Cabal as well. So he got his Necronominus all-in. They have arrived at the Four Horsemen warehouse, the all-ins, and I think the other trucks are, what are they called? Containers are coming in the next couple of days or over the next days. So people, they seem to get a load of them out pretty quickly, and people are getting their all-ins. I haven't had a shipping notice yet. I won't ask you, Rich, because not relevant to you, but Mal?
No.
Any luck?
No, I have a feeling it might be left till the very end, because I think it was the last time I ordered an all-in and a few other things before they announced stop doing that.
Yeah, so these look great. So that's the all-in box. Obviously, you want to see Sir Ugjack was the first picture he got through from Kevin. I think a lot of people seem to go for him first. I guess big figure.
When we get the hands on that
New
hammer,
parts.
it's
Lots of new
just so
parts.
big.
It is so big, yeah. He looks great. Really, really great.
He does.
Sir
Oh,
Gideon
Looks
Dorkler has a review up of him that I
Not
had a look
managed
at
to
today.
watch that yet. Yeah.
He's very impressed. I think he's basically saying that this is, kind of Mezco almost level
Wow.
quality, and you're getting it for, was it 50 retail, and we got the direct pre-order for less than that, obviously.
Did I see somebody say it had a removable faceplate as well?
Yes, in
Gideon,
the
so
helmet,
yeah.
So if it's the same plug as the other removable head plates, then be able to stick a skeleton face in there and whatever else comes out. It looked great. I love this head sculpt on the right, the unhelmeted head.
Yes.
It's just so well done.
It's right up there with the Attila and helmeted head, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the new
So
kind of
good.
standard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Seems to be. 2 neck pegs, all of these come with, both the same. I don't know why. There's obviously a reason for that, but won't say no. Always handy to have an extra neck peg, and they're the ones that go forward and back as well as just the regular neck peg. Just so much detail on the armor and all that kind of stuff. The soft goods are 2-piece on him, so the top part and the bottom part are separate, even though they look the same, and the top piece is kind of elasticated and goes slightly under the torso. So that's how it works. And the bottom part is wired. So yeah, so good. And those feathers are new as well on the helmet, even though they look similar to the old ones. And even more detailed paint and detailed sculpt on them and everything. So really cool. And his shield. I mean, look at his shield. And the belts. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
just
an
looks
incredible
so
figure.
good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
Not
happy
to
for everybody
mention
else
the
and
detail.
furious myself that I won't get this for longer than you guys.
It is one of those, isn't it? Like, oh my
It'll
God,
be
how long
worth
do I have
it.
to wait?
Yeah, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
Yes.
Sir Elijah as well. He looks also awesome. I mean, that face sculpt is so well painted and so good. You get loads of stuff with him. You get the skeleton faceplate as well. So I mean, that's where we're saying if the faceplates if they're the same plug adapter. Now, of course, customizers will be able to jimmy it in there somehow, but if it's easy for everybody to just plug it in, that would be amazing. His armor is definitely darker than what we've got before, so that's nice to get a new armor color. And you obviously get all the awesome soft goods Templars.
That shield as well with the boss on it. It looks so good.
Yeah, so these are like prototypes, but they're the factory figures.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Even, I mean, it's a bit hyperbolic to say better than the prototypes, but I don't know. I mean, obviously they're better in that you can articulate them and play with them, but yeah, somehow they're just vibrant.
Yeah.
Sir Adalric as well. Bit of a sleeper one maybe for this wave, but I think one that people appreciate in hand.
I think he's in trouble. Maxilius is sneaking up behind him there with that scythe. He's in trouble.
He is indeed. And Jeremy did say on a comment, one of the Sir Adalric posts, he said that he was not ordered in as big quantities as some of the rest of them, so he might be a little one that's worth picking up if you like him, because he might disappear at retailers sooner than later. So good to,
I must admit,
good to
that
be aware of
surprised
that.
me. That surprised me with the colours. I'd have thought those colours a lot of people were, wanted, because they sort of match colours we've had in the past.
I think if he was, a figure in a kind of a repaint wave, and this was the new figure, he'd be ordered in huge quantities. But because he came with all these other awesome knights, people had to make decisions.
True.
And probably the army builders are going to go for Sir Elijah there, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
There's Gideon and the horse. I think this mount is going to be the best
Good to hear.
kind of knight mount
Those
we
soft
have
goods.
because of all the soft goods and the armor and everything. Just incredible. Like I was shown my kid Ben these pictures this afternoon. He was jawing the floor like, oh my god. And then he looks, he goes, are you getting these? Yeah. And then he was just, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, he'll be having a play with them as well. And yeah, I mean, what an incredible horse. That's Bishop. He is a great bio as well, doesn't he?
He does.
Poor
little fella, ill in a stable.
Yeah. Don't worry, Mal. We
read
won't
it at some point,
do the bios tonight. We'll go back. We'll do a full kind of review and the bios and all that when we
in
get
May when I get
some
mine.
of these in hands. No, Rich. We'll tell you how good they are. There's the main man himself, Necronominus.
He looks so impressive.
He looks so good there. Yeah. You know, I just see this. He's out of the box. Kevin has managed to get them all together and everything. So, you know, not as fiddly as I'd imagined, maybe. So that's bodes well. He's up and posed there pretty easily straight out of the box. There's Maxilius and Conibus. Perfect combination.
Oh, I'm just imagining how I'm going to do that 5 Conibus shelf that I've ordered for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's going to be fun.
Conibus has been, he's a big one for you, Rich, isn't he?
Yeah, I ordered 5 of them. One to turn into a centaur and the other 4 for like a group of undead.
So they were all
horsemen.
done through retailer, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't order anything through 4 horsemen, so I'll be waiting for everything.
Beluilit.
She looks
So-
fantastic. The dog looks amazing as well.
Yeah,
She?
so that's
Doesn't
well. See, I'm going to pedant you, seeing as Rich pedant me on the dog. That's a chimera, apparently.
Chimera, yes, okay, yeah.
I'm only doing that because Rich did it to me.
Yeah,
so,
I know, I
we're
know.
just
No, we have to be accurate on this
true.
sort of thing.
It's true, yeah, it is a chimera. It's a chimera.
Those are 1.0 heads. I think we know that from the heads pack, but just a nice little reminder. So that's really cool that you can pop them on figures and on the tuberculi and all that kind of stuff.
It's nuts,
And then-
actually, isn't it? Just looking at these, that these are action figures. These are, okay, they're not the action figures but compare this to
little art
90% of what's
installations.
out there, and it's just there's nothing even close, is there?
No, there really
Nuts.
isn't.
No,
It's like looking at
if you look
statues almost, and
Mhm.
except you can play with them and move
If you
them.
look at Marvel Legends or this, or
Mm.
Masterverse or this, they're cool figures for the nostalgia and the characters and all that.
Yeah.
And some of them are, really quite good figures. But yeah, just the level of detail and kind of paint and everything and sculpt on these is really cool.
It's insane.
Yeah, so these were the ones that Kevin had managed to open. So there is a couple missing there. The tuberculi, obviously the undead builder pack. So you'll see them in the Cabal. He also took this amazing photo, posted to his Instagram of Gideon on the horse and Sir Ugjak out in the snow. So Kevin still has a bit of snow around there. And he says, they're on the run. They always come before a jack. So, yeah, there's a nice little story there on his Instagram post. And yeah, I'm going to use this, I've asked Kevin, I'm going to use this picture in the episode thumbnail this week. So you'll see that there in some shape or form. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. So Necronominus is going to be
Yes.
popping through into the mailbox for me and Mal quite soon.
It's all right.
And-
My birthday's in June, so it'll work really well. The timing will be perfect.
It will, yeah. While we have you, Rich, what was your kind of overall opinion on the Cosmic Heads pack?
I really liked it.
Mhm.
My keep Cosmerium human free belief, Scupper's the female head pack, obviously. So I won't be purchasing that. But I thought the snakes was genius, and I really liked the way it looked on the Olek in a spacesuit rather than the bare-chested Olek. I thought that looked really good.
Surely you could purchase the head pack for Mythics as well, though.
I could do, but then I'd know what they were designed for, so I'd feel like I was cheating on myself. Cheating on my principles. Hashtag I probably will buy them. But
Manu has about 400 custom heads designed for whatever.
No, I really like them. The Kragnar one was a great one, sort of thing. That was a no-brainer. I've gone completely blank on the other two. What were the other ones?
Snake, Ninian head, and the Sphexian.
Got the Ninian head, got the Sphexian heads. I really like the Sphexian ones, actually. That'd be really good to get the block. Heads. Yeah, really good to get the block commander in that sort of armoured look. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's great to get helmets, isn't it? For them, so you can turn them into soldiers for those different ones.
Yeah.
And the Greyborn heads.
I quite like those, actually. I'm not the biggest Greyborn fan in the world, but actually I really quite like the one with the paint on and everything. I thought that was an excellent looking head. So yes, I will be getting that as well.
You can get him with he's another, so they got two Greyborn with kind of painted heads, so that seems to be a thing with them. So we might get a few more. If we get Greyborn in the future, we might get a head sculpts with different stuff painted on them.
I mean, what I would say to Eric and all his painters is, you clearly did the Union Jack with the first Greyborn head. Disappointed this one was just plain white. So I'm looking forward to the Welsh flag on the third one. Yes.
It's going to be the Scottish Saltar, isn't it?
It probably will be, yeah.
It's a bit easier. Not that the Horseman's painters would shirk from drawing a Welsh dragon on that.
No, and it will help my campaign of hashtag make Cosmerian Welsh. I can just start that.
How much the factory is going to charge for...
Oh God, yeah. Can you imagine the intricacies of trying to do a dragon like that?
I'm sure they'd have to do some sort of a stencil or a stamp or something, maybe. Yeah, might be it.
Right, like we're talking as if it's like likely. Yeah, they're going to do the Welsh dragon on it. Absolutely.
We can always speculate, That's the fun. Right, shall we go into, because this might take a while, listeners. So, buckle in there. In there.
Here come the sheets.
The cheat sheets. Right, let's go into
cheating. I don't know what that was.
Third party sculpts.
Hey, this is Corn Boy from Four Horsemen Toy Design, and you're listening to the Euro Legions podcast.
Right, here we go. First up, we have Mowaway sculpts, and these are available at Mark Calvo's website, Calvo Custom Creations. So, Mowaway is this guy, is it Diego Rodriguez?
Diego something, yeah. I can't remember his surname.
And he has a Patreon that sells sculpts, I guess, to people to 3D print. And he obviously sells the sculpts with a license to sell them, as prints to people as well. Like Jason Rodriguez does that as well, I think. So Mark generally picks them up, and these are some great ones here. So we got a bulldog, and we've got some sort of dragonborn. You tell me, Rich.
Hang on, I'm mute. Yes, so it's pit bulls on the left-hand side of the screen as we're looking at them. There's like an angry face, a calm face. One of them's got Mohican, as all pit bulls have. I think that's in ogre scale as well, the pit bull one. I think the line's been crying out for, in my head, the line's been crying out for some dog anthropomorphic characters for a while now. So this is good to see. Good to see one in there. We've got Dobermans from Planetary Dog Toys, didn't we? So it's nice to have another breed of hound in there.
Yeah, Wolf King had a dog sculpt as well, didn't they? With the kind of collar.
Did they? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, and it came in two ways. One was it had a kind of a pin or like a plug coming out of it that you could put onto like an armored body, and then they later released it where you could put a neck post into it. So
okay. And then on the right hand side of the screen, it's sort of like a dragon dinosaur cross, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they're titled Carnosaurus, Trisaurus, and Warriorsaurus and Soldiersaurus. So you can see a theme going with the names there.
Yep.
But it's basically, I think it's meant to be a dragon, but the sculpture and the features very much have a dinosaur sort of T-Rex type feel to it. And you got one with two horns coming out at the diagonal. I think that's the Carnosaurus. Then you got Trisaurus with 3 horns, given away by the name. And then you've got ones without the horns and that sort of stuff. So there's a really good range of figures. You can also get them with or without neck pieces as well, which is pretty cool.
Do you think he made one with no eyes and called it the Jithinkysaurus?
Alas, no, but it was worth it just for getting that in, Mal. It's
yeah. I thought it was. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you could easily have like you could use this on the Olek, or if you fancied going crazy with the paints on an Indian infantry buck.
So I was going to ask you what bucks you think these would work best.
I think it would work well with those, but you could even, I'm not sure whether the neck piece would work necessarily, but you could quite easily use it on as like a dragon knight sort of thing, using an armory knight as the base. And you guys will know that I've been humming and hawing over getting some dragon heads, which some of the ones we'll see as well later, to do exactly that. So I think it'd work really well with the armory knights.
Yeah, so a few more of them there, and then some other...
Don't make me talk about the barbarian-looking ones. That's just mean.
I'll talk about the barbarian ones.
Thank you, Mal.
They're called the Outback Warrior, and he's done sort of versions of it with and without the beard. I'm a big fan of the ones with the beards. He's got one just hair, just standard sort of face. He's got a similar sculpt but with a headband. Then one with a crown, and another one he's then gone for bald, which I actually think the bald bearded one looks really cool as well.
It's on the bottom right row here.
Bald's always good.
It.
Bald is always good.
We're all two of us are getting there. So yeah, I have to think they're excellent. I need to put a big order in, but I've got so much stuff.
Yeah, I won't be getting any of these on principle.
The warrior guys.
Yeah, the warrior. He'll be getting the Carnosaurus.
A couple of cool.
The Sauruses are in trouble. Yeah.
Elemental and bone axes here.
Yeah, they're really cool.
I like those. Yeah, I like the sort of ornamental type blades on these sorts of things as well.
And Mark said he'd be selling the elemental one with the clear blue resin for the.
Oh, really?
He showed one off online that he'd painted, and it looked fantastic.
Ah, damn it. Okay, yes. Well, that's an order in
then. The snake necks. So I've had a couple of these. Ian got a recent order from Mark, so I got these. These are great. They go on the Ninian body, and see if you want to extend the neck or create a double neck post. And it also comes with an Aztec style kind of collar piece. So
yeah, Mark painted one up, didn't he, to one of the single necks to go on an Olek as well, so you can see what it looked like with that. And obviously with the new heads coming out, then that's a great idea as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'd definitely pick a couple of those up if you were doing an order with Mark anyway for some stuff. They're a great little basket filler. These bear dudes here, any interest in those?
Hyenas?
Oh, hyenas, sorry.
I'm sorry, everybody. John's dog knowledge is appalling. Canine type creature knowledge is... I can only apologise. Yes, those hyenas are really good. I've actually got a painted one on the way from Corey at some point. It's currently with David. But yeah, you've got lots of different options with this. So you've got one where he's got a metal lower jaw, which looks really good. And Mark painted one up, so it's all rusted and looked really cool. You've got piercings and no piercings. I mean, if you're going to go anthropomorphic, you may as well chuck a few piercings in as well. This is Moe Away again, by the way. His sculpts are phenomenal.
It is free, yeah.
And he's also got one where he's licking his lips, which is either like, I'm going to eat you, you're in trouble, or it's like, I'm going to abuse you and I'm a creepy hyena. And I can't quite decide which one it is. But But I do love the sculpt.
I'm Rich's masseuse.
Yeah. If I go for a massage next time and he's wearing a hyena mask, I'm turning around and coming straight out.
One with the rusted.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Looks
Mark's paint job's
fantastic on that
great.
body as
Yeah.
well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love what Corey's done with it. I hate to say it, but the one that Corey's done for me, I think I'm going to have it in House of the Noble Bear, which pains me to add to that abomination of a house, but it's going to work really well.
It's not a barbarian though, so.
Well, I'm going to do it on as like a were hyena, so it'll be a bit almost like you know the way minotaurs are often portrayed. So it's a bare human torso, and then just with the cow head. Then I'm going to do it with this. So I will be let myself down.
You will indeed. So we got demons here then as well, and a couple of pirates.
Yeah, I think the demons are Moe as well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Ilaria, as it's called on this one, and you've got 3 different ones. You've got one with demon, so it's a female character with like pointed ears. So it could be an elf, could be a fae, whatever sort of thing. Long hair, and then you got one with demon type horns. You got one with antlers, and then you got one with the sort of horns you'd see on a goat, so sort of curled round horns. I really like these. I think you could use them to make like a fae princess or a fae priestess or something like that in the flock.
I hate to say it, but the goat-headed one painted to match the Ghost of Christmas Past body would look very cool.
He's talking to 2 guys that don't have that figure.
I was going to say, I think we just. Can you cut him off, John? Let's just get rid. No, I could see that working. Yes.
Yeah, that pale skin,
You
very
just don't
pale.
have to go back and get that
almost
figure.
white skin tone. Yeah, would look very cool. Gives me
I really like this.
Del Toro
character is
vibes.
really good. Ilaria.
Yeah, absolutely. Del Toro vibes. Yeah, definitely. And then the pirates at the bottom. I'm not sure who sculpted these, but they're just some really cool pirates, and you got undead versions as well. So, and the hat can come off or stay on, and everything. It's a really nice set. I've been eyeing up so many different pirate sets for God knows how long now.
Yeah.
But I think this might finally be the one that I go for. One of the certainly one of the undead ones.
Cool. Then we also got some rhino dudes and fishmen, and this cool steampunk guy with the goggles on and off.
Yeah, the rhino dudes again are Moe, or Diego. Let's call him Diego because I'm probably pronouncing Moe completely wrong.
No, but Moe is the company though.
Yes.
Nobody will find him if you did just Google Diego.
All right, John. God. I'm back in my box. Okay. The rhino sculpts are out of this world. I mean, John, I think you painted.
Yeah, I painted this one on the right, Rhino Verdugo. And it's got the hood, but it comes around the eyes as well. And there's another hood you see on the left there that it doesn't have the eye kind of cover pieces. Really awesome detail on the sculpt. It fits perfectly on the body. I put it on a cloth torso from Mythic.
Really
so the knight torso like you get with the original Templars, or the what's his name, the Zylernian Guard. He has one of them, I think, in green.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, excellent. I also have this armored guy here with on the top left. It's a bit small, but that's 2 pieces. So that's a shoulder piece is separate. It goes over the body, and then the head. You can kind of paint the armor to match up to the armor in the head, and you got your rhino. Yeah, they're super cool. Yeah,
they're great, aren't they? Yeah, I've got one of the armored ones coming from Corey. I know Mark painted up one of the hooded ones without the eyepiece, didn't he? To look like the guards from the Disney Robin Hood film, which looked brilliant. Fabulous pieces. I posted my paint job in another toy group, and
they were like, "Oh, that's good."
But somebody else will do it, I'm
Robin
sure,
Hood,
and
but you did the
market
wrong
it.
colors. I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know."
And then the two fish dude heads are awesome. Who doesn't like a sort of...
So what
It's-
body? Like I have those, or have one of them. I think I bought one of them. What body would you see for those? Or
You can either go two ways. You can either use the grey limbs from like Xenophon, I would suggest, if you wanted to do more of I don't wear clothes, I'm a rhino, what's wrong with you sort of guy. Or... And I'm
no,
not
no,
sure
no,
if
the fish guy I'm talking about.
Oh, the fish guy. Sorry, the fish guy. You know me and my fondness of the Demistros body, with the sort of oxidized sort of look to it and that sort of thing. So they would go really well with that. Or Cosmic. They work really well in Cosmic.
Yeah.
I know Mark painted up the one with the longer chin thingies. For anyone looking at the screen, is a sort of blue that would probably go well with the Fisher Ice build sort of thing. So it works really well on a Cosmic body as well, definitely.
I wonder how it would work on the Greyborn body. So they've got long limbs and long... That could be quite cool.
Oh, that's an interesting show.
I haven't painted anything. I have it here though, so I'll send you a picture over tomorrow with it just unpainted on one of those.
Or maybe if you're going really different, maybe the Mask of Red Death.
Yes, yeah.
Body as well. That sort of that thinner, although it's not tall, it's that sort of thinner look with just this big, gnarly head on the end there.
Yeah. And the damage is just sort of damage it's sustained through life, isn't it? Sort of being in battle. So yeah. That could be very cool, actually, Rich.
Very cool. And all these images we're talking about, we obviously post the episodes to YouTube these days, so it's over there. Also on Spotify, if you use that, the video version of the podcast is also there, or the audio. You can use a setting in Spotify that you can change between. So if you want to see what we're looking at, you can see there. Hopefully we're describing them well enough for you audio listeners though. Wolf King Customs. So next, there was a couple of new sculpts on their website recently. So there's the Elite Angel Knight from God's Fire. That's an Emil Wickman sculpt. So he has a very similar one to this previously, which has got a more plain front on the helmet, and then the kind of side things are similar as well, but this has more detail. So like the Elite Angel, I suppose. These are cool helmets, really nice to paint, and you can just do them in a say metallic to match whatever body you're putting on, and then just pick out the detail with highlights, or put a wash over them and a highlight, and they look really good.
I mean, you could almost, I guess these are the sort of helmets, and I saw Steve Busotti do this I think last year's Legions Con. You could just paint them to match a builder. So I think he had them painted to match Gold Knight 2. And because they're similar-ish, a lot of these, and that's no disrespect to Emil, they're awesome sculpts. Because similar-ish, you could have just, it's like a unit, and they've all got slightly different helmets.
Yeah. So that's definitely worth pointing out, and I think this goes along with he's done updated sculpts for a lot of their Godfire stuff, and there will be more God's Fire coming this year. So there was obviously the God's Fire that you could get at Legions Con. Those the Kent and Joe Gonsalves kind of named in honor or tribute sculpts with pauldrons and some weapons. So they were they were kind of, I won't say rebooting, but kind of launching God's Fire out again, kind of give it another push. And this is a good way to build up some ranks in that if you're, building up that kind of faction of your customs.
Absolutely. And John described it well then, but you might also recognize it from the drawing that I did of the Wolf King Customs booth at Legions Con. That obviously fits in exactly with that as well. So do track that down, or message me and I can send you a copy. That's fine.
Sounds good. And they're doing a thing this year at Wolf King. Glenn and Emil are doing a thing where there's going to be one exclusive Emil sculpt a month called Wickman / Wolf King 12 in 25. So that's 12 different sculpts in 25. And the first one is the Dragon Rogue head sculpt, which is really cool.
It is. It's really cool.
And with the dragon coming, that's maybe a nice little sculpt to make a little dragon born or dragon rider or something. I don't know.
And I think the idea behind this is that they want to do something that takes inspiration from a current figure. So I think they designed this to be used with,
Smart.
in their head, a Duban.
Gotcha.
Right.
As a sort of
yeah.
base body for it, sort of thing. So, but it's a beautiful sculpt. I really like it.
Right. Duban is available in the sale, is he?
Yeah, there's still loads
Or
of
he's
Dubans
still
out.
available.
There's enough out there that you can find him for retail or just above, probably. So yeah.
And then you put this other one up, which is recent, but not like I got it at Legion's Con, so it's not brand new.
Yes.
thing.
No, it was at Legion's Con because I messaged Len saying, "Oh, I saw a picture of this one ages ago. It's a Wolfie Camoon
Yeah.
head sculpt. So it's a wolf with a pharaoh's headdress and outfit on. It's absolutely incredible.
That wolfy head. I love that wolfy head.
Yeah. Yeah, they were done by, let me get this right now because this is not an easy name to say, Nonya Business,
Okay.
which suggests of none of your business. So I'm now thinking that Len's like put a misleading name on there now. Say that out loud.
Yes, yeah.
Len, have you
Yeah,
been naughty there?
you hear-
Yeah. I did not pick up on that until I pronounced it. Thanks, Len.
We're just going to
That's like a
start calling
Simpsons
Rich
joke,
Mo
isn't it?
from now on.
It's a
They're
Simpsons
none your
one, yeah.
business. None your business.
Anyway, great sculpt. You can also get this wolfy head without the Egyptian headdress. So
Yeah, you can also get it with a
do
crown
more
as well.
Regular wolf, or just the crown.
Yeah. I was going to get the one with the crown from Emil, and then down him, he wasn't at his table on the Friday night when we were setting up for Legion's Con. And I went back first thing Saturday morning and so-and-so had bought it. So, yeah, there you go.
Wow. Okay, so that's Wolf King. Jason Rodriguez has done a couple of sets recently.
Yeah,
If you have a couple here.
this one had me crying tears of joy and wallet crying moments. This is a set of dragon sculpts, and I've been saying to you guys that I was thinking of getting some more armory knights and doing some sort of dragon warriors. I think I said the dragon warriors.
Yeah.
This was the purple knights that I was trying to think of a good name for. And you just got all sorts of different ones here. So you got ones with big neck frills, giant horns, one that looks like I can't remember the name of the dinosaur. The one whose neck frills out and it fires.
Dilophosaurus.
Thank you, Mal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Jurassic Park when it gets Ned, is it Ned? Jed,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yeah, Ned. Yeah.
Yeah. When it gets him, so there's one of those. There's one with crazy, just almost, it's going to sound weird, circular, triangular, cone-shaped horns going out the back. There's a Chinese-style dragon one there as well, which
Not
is
that I'm-
superb.
Not that I'm finding reasons to buy more Greyborn bodies, but again, that Chinese dragon head might look really cool on a Greyborn body.
It probably would actually, Mal. That's a good. Damn
Yeah,
it,
that
Mal.
long-
Stop saying all these things.
I know, yeah. I think
It would also look great on a
some
Monkey
Greyborn
King.
bodies. Yes, definitely.
That sort of Oriental look and everything like that. And
Yeah.
obviously with the retailer version out there, that should still be relatively easy to get.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting at least 3 or 4 of these, I think, and maybe doing my purple knights.
And for people
Legged
that,
warriors.
we're workshopping that name. We've,
For what seemed like an eternity, and every name was basically inappropriate because it had the word purple in it.
yeah, it's just, when it's like the purple whatever just sounded phallic, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I messaged you guys and said, I want to call this group the Purple Fawns. Does that sound weird? And Mal responded with, I just started laughing. I think it was Mal. I just started laughing as soon as I read it. Oh, it was you, John, was it? It was like, yeah, okay, that's not going to work.
I was like, considering I've just can't stop laughing now you've said that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a child.
I wanted something about
probably doesn't work.
sharpness and that, but they were wearing the purple armory
Yeah.
suits. So, yeah.
And just, I suppose if you don't know the Jason Rodriguez stuff, generally these are available at a bunch of different shops. So, for example, Dusk Till Dawn Studios often has them. Wolf King has had various of his sets. Mark
Noble Bear.
Calvo Custom Creations, he generally picks up some of the Jason Rodriguez
Prop Masters
sets.
sometimes pick them up.
Prop Masters sometimes have them. Blue
Inferno figures
figures.
has them, yeah.
So you'll find them out there
I-
at the various print shops.
I would love
Borderland
someone,
Horde, yeah.
with Jason's permission, to shrink the snapping turtle down into a 1.0 body, and I would have to purchase that then.
This bonus item here.
Yeah, with the shell.
Yeah,
and
the shell and the snapping turtle head. I'm sure somebody would do that, Mal. I've seen loads of people change the scales of the stuff that he's done. So he seems very open to that.
So if anyone's listening who can do that and sells them...
It's like those sharks, without being obsessed with sharks, going back to sharks again straight away. But the 2 sharks head he did, they were at ogre scale, but then Len's selling them at 1.0/brute scale. And he's very open to people changing the scale.
Yeah.
And you'll get a sale from Mal, so definitely do it, people.
Yeah, I love
There
that.
we go.
I love that.
Another Jason Rodriguez one here.
Yeah, so
I
he's
haven't seen
done
that one.
He drops like a set a month sort of thing. I think this was the first one after Legion's Con.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got it's basically a demon set. So the top left one is like your traditional type demon look, long horns, snarly face. The one underneath on the bottom left, I'd say, is more of I was thinking like a beast man from Warhammer. So, that sort of goat type look to it. Middle left on the top. I'll just go across the top. So I've done the top left. Then one next to it is half human, half demon face. So you could use that for anything you like. Like it would work really well in Cosmic for a Khorne, like a Demon of Khorne character or something like that, as they're morphing into that, or a Demon Knight. I think it was Wolf King that did one where it was flipped round. It was the other side, so the demon was on the opposite side to where it is here, sort of thing. And I've got that, and that's part of the God's Fire series, and is really good. Again, worked brilliantly with a knight's body. The one next to it is like a cosmic demon, I would class it as. It's just got a one eye in the middle of its head. That will work really well with the cosmic body. Any sort of cosmic body, you can pop it on, one of the builders or whatever sort of thing. I'll definitely get one of those. There's a Krampus style head with his big demon tongue hanging out. Thankfully, not his demon wang, just his tongue hanging out there, and the long horns. You've got one that's like long hair and like a mask. I'm not sure if that's a human or a demon. That looks pretty cool. And then you've got one that's meant to be like a Predator Darth Vader type crossover.
Samurai Predator came to mind with that one.
Yes. Who did I see that painted that? Oh, Corey painted one. And he done it in flesh tones with like the sort of skin color and then the red sort of thing. But it looked really phallic. It's like, I can't have that. It's like I've got some sort of, penis figure on display. I can't do it. Yeah. But a great set of sculpts there again. Again, they'd work really well on the Armory Knights, which are still available. Pop them on a cosmic body.
Sword as well. Big,
yes.
Wavy sword. Yeah, there was another set with Christmas kind of theme. I didn't include that one now here, but...
I've ordered a couple of those from Robert Espino, so there's a couple of snowmen. Yeah. So I'm going to have a vampire snowman, which I'm very excited about, on a Varg body. And snowman with a little hat and everything. Sorry, I'm going on too long. Here. John's moved me on, everybody. So Josh Brown Customs. So this is Josh Brown and also Rocket Fist Customs. They combine, so they use Gianluca, who I think's done some stuff for Toy Forge in the past and other people, and Wolf King, I'm sure. They both use him, so they just share the exclusive sculpts, so these are exclusive to them. So this one's called the Android, and it's like a bug space character, basically. So it could be another character wearing a full-on masked space helmet, or it could be some sort of bug type alien that's just got a space helmet going over its antenna, sort of thing. Again, it would work with pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
Or RDK01.
Yeah, so RDK01 is Robo Don't Know. So it's inspired by him. So it's basically a character with a flat cap, a face shield, and then the beard coming out underneath. So yeah, it's inspired by Robo. I'm not sure I'd ever find a use for this, but it's a very cool sculpt.
Yeah, it is indeed. This was one I'm sure you're going to.
This is the Husky Vampire, which I will 100% be ordering from Josh very soon. In fact, probably the next day or so. It's a fat vampire, so which is great. He's proper been gorging on the blood. So I'm going to order that, and then I'm going to make like I'm really good at this, but I'm not. But make like a tabard sort of piece with the purple vampire insignia, or as close as I can get to it with my abysmal sewing skills. And then just put some padding underneath. It's just a really fat body on top of a 1.0 original build sort of thing. So it's just this fat abomination of a vampire. This one is inspired by Balrog. So you got the flaming head coming out the top there, the sort of side horns, and then the big teeth. So, you know, it could be a fire demon or anything like that. It would probably work really well on if you used, say, a vampire, obsessive vampires, but a vampire phalanx build. Then you could do this, and then I've seen people do it where they sort of run like an orange color through as into the cracks in the armor and this sort of stuff. So it's almost like a lava type sort of look to it. So that would work really well. This one's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in space helmet.
Cool.
So it is what it says on the tin. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle wearing a space helmet, basically. This one is a skull with cybernetic implants at the back and then cybernetic eyes in there. Again, you could use it with any character at all. I mean, I'm thinking of using the graveyard skeletons to do, because they're bleached. So it's like they've been bleached by the radiation in space. So you could paint it to match that, and then, you know, use any sort of cosmic body and then just add a couple of bone limbs or something like that.
Yeah.
Which would work really well. Yeah. And there's a few different makers that have done that sort of thing, but this one's a really cool one. I really like this. Particularly those eyes, the big bulging eyes.
So that was Josh Brown. Now we're moving on to...
Yes, this is Luke Welch, which is close enough to Welsh that I've adopted him, basically, as a great person.
Honorary.
Yes. So you've got two sculpts that he's done so far. He's like brand new to the scene in terms of Mythic. So you've got two sculpts that he's done. On the left-hand side, you've got an absolutely bonkers spider sculpt. It almost looks like he's got sideburns, like this big mutton chop sideburns sort of thing. And that's what I'm going to be using it for, is some sort of like were spider or something like that. So
I don't like spiders in real life, and this thing gives me the...
I think it's incredible.
I love it. It's got so much character.
Which is a compliment to it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And he doesn't do this in 3D ZBrush or anything. He sculpts them in clay as well.
Wow.
So we look at the intricate detail on it. It's really impressive that he manages to do that.
And then does he do a mold? And
I
then
presume he does a mold.
Cast them or something?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool.
And then on the right, you've got what he calls a twisted tree head. So it's like I'm saying an evil tree man, basically. So it's all it's like a contorted face, and what you'd normally expect with a tree man, where like the branches almost are coming out from the side of the head. They're all twisted. He's only got one eye visible. The other one's sort of covered in this like grotesque, twisted sort of face. So it's an evil tree man, basically. If I could find a way to make it a vampire, I would, but I think I'm probably just going down the evil tree man route with this. And again, you could pop this onto not a Xylearning Guard, Silverhorn Sentry.
Yeah.
Which is, you should still be able to Faunus, all that sort of thing. Yeah.
Faunus,
it could maybe be, Faunus's long lost twin brother.
If you could perhaps,
but the evil twin
body.
Groot would work absolutely. Yeah, one of the Marvel Legend Groots would work really well for it. So I've got both of these on order. They're, if he carries on like this, he seems to be hitting all the right things for me. So it's going to get expensive.
Have to, get to send me
Twisted
his site, because I need that spider head.
Yeah, we'll do. No problem.
Prop Masters then?
Prop Masters. Prop Masters haven't been doing an awful lot recently, but they seem to pop back on the scene, which is great because Zemo and Edo are two really good guys. They sculpted our exclusives at Legion's Con last year. They're European based for the Europeans. So we've got some dwarf heads. So we've got one called Nagnos, which is, I really like it. It's a really thin dwarf. Dwarfs are obviously quite, tubby, let's just say. Stout fellows. Whereas this one's quite a thin guy. He's got the braided beard, the big nose you'd expect from dwarves, and he's got a top knot. So maybe he could be a dwarf yogi or something like that.
Yeah.
But I really like the sculpt. And then the one next to it is called Tolkum. I really like the combination here. So he's got the beard, which is just a big beard, but then he's braided the moustache. So it's like, I'm not going to go down the too braided route. That's just too much. But I'm going to get a bit of a braid here, sort of thing. So I like that.
Do you think he uses talcum powder?
Hey!
Here we go.
Oh my goodness me! I can only apologise, listeners. It's dad joke week.
Right. Let's move on. I just had a half an hour of knock jokes with my kids earlier until my wife told us to stop or throw us out of the house.
And then the final one from Prop Masters is called the Molly head with 3 L's. So I think they go down the 4 horsemen route of consonants. Again, this is a dwarf head, but it's cool because the beard is partly braided, the hair is partly braided. So in my head, I'm imagining this being some sort of like young dwarf who, as you get older and more experienced, you can braid different parts. So you can braid the beard a bit more and that sort of thing. So he's in that partial braiding moment, as it were. And you could use it on a
bunch of kids that just like playing with his hair.
Exactly, yeah. And you can use it on any of the dwarf bodies. You know, you could do Torgon if you want. I mean, it's a bit more expensive, but you could use a Torgon if you wanted to, or one of the armored Legion builders just as easily.
And Nagnos, so good we put him in there twice. Well,
Yes.
Uncle Jim's workshop then, bunch of stuff here.
Yeah, so this is a site that quite a few of our listeners probably don't even know about. It's I'm going to say it's Chinese based. I could be wrong, and I apologize. If it's not. But he does some really cool stuff. He normally does weapons. Weapons are his thing, and there's loads and loads of weapons on the site.
If you saw those flame swords I had last year at our booth,
yes,
for example, they're him. I mean, I painted them, but he also sells them painted, and he sells them unpainted.
Yes, and the paint jobs are really good on the weapons. And not too bad price-wise, actually, as well.
Yeah.
But he will do some heads as well. So he's done some female heads recently. So the one on the top left for people that are looking at this is on a Hadriana body. But it's actually designed for like a McFarlane Witcher figure. So it's meant to be Ciri from the Witcher series, or his take on that. But it fits really well on a Hadriana, female 2.0 Mythic's body, basically. Shortish hair, really stern female character. Then the one on next to it, sorry, I paused there for a second. The one next to it is actually the Ciri one. I take that back. The other one is just a Mythic one. The one next to it is the Ciri one. But again, because McFarlane is similar size to Mythics, it'll work absolutely fine on a Mythic body. Bottom left is a female character wearing, it's almost like a Joker's sort of headpiece with like the various dangly bits. And Jester, thank you. Yes. Yeah. That's really cool. And then the bottom right, she's wearing a headband and long hair sort of thing. And I know this is the sort of stuff I would imagine that Art would love to paint. He likes doing his females in that sort of style and that sort of thing. So if you're looking for female heads, there's 4 great ones here.
Then we have Krotos.
Yeah, so on the right, there's a very angry dwarf. So I love this sculpt. I've not seen it before today, actually. Loads of braids in the beard and then a mohawk, and he's just looking furious. So I probably will get this sculpt at some point.
Or he's on the bog.
Or he's on the bog, and he's having a particularly difficult time passing the orc that he ate the previous night, having killed it, yes.
Or he has a colonoscopy in the morning, and he's having to take the prep.
And then the other thing is something that Uncle Jim has started doing relatively recently, I think. They started doing some diorama pieces. So this one's called The Boat. So it's basically the front half of a boat, like a Viking longboat, looking at the sort of creature at the front. It could almost be like a sea dragon type sort of thing. You can see from the picture here, it's big enough to hold 6-7 inch figures. You can get a couple of them on there. The picture, and then it comes painted or unpainted. And the painted version's got like blue waves lapping up against it, sort of thing as well. And then the little picture in the bottom right there of rope and bottles, that's a separate accessory set that you can buy to put on the boat if you want some accessories on it as well. But it's just a really cool, because quite often Dio stuff is quite big. And I like this because it's actually quite small. It's not going to take up a huge amount of space on your shelf. And you can get a couple of figures on it.
And he has also kind of platforms here as well.
Yes, so he's done a few platforms. So this is the ones on the left are really, really basic ones. So they're just flat to the floor sort of thing. Although there is a stand in the later picture which you could probably use. But he does different types. So there's they're described as rough wood, fine wood, and brick texture. It is what it says on the tin basically, and you can see one there with a character stood on it. So if you want something a bit different, then again you've got that option. And then on the right, there's an example of the weapons they do. So these are some of the newer weapons. So there's a sickle on the top there with like flames or magic effects coming off the side, and he's listed them as fire and ice because that's the way the painted options you can get from him are. So there's the blue one or the red one. And then there's a death sickle underneath, which sounds like a nice lolly, but it's a death sickle. And I really like it because it's got a short handle like you'd get from a sickle, but the blade is like the scythe size. It's enormous. You could do some real damage with that.
Absolutely.
So on the right, I think is a stand to put those other ones on, and I think so it's slightly raised. So when the other ones are flat, this one is slightly raised. And then the one on the left, and let me get the right name for this. It is called Japanese Style Eve. So it's basically like the corner of a building, as if like a ninja, and in the picture is like a ninja type character. He stood on the end of this. And again, this looks amazing. As you know, if you've got an Oriental style character that you want to put standing on an Oriental style roof, looking down at somebody who's about to attack or whatever, then this is a great piece to have. And the quality John's bought from him before, I bought from lots from him before. The quality is first rate. Like the weapons normally are in two pieces with a metal bar to join them together, so they're really sturdy.
Yeah, it makes them really sturdy. It also, of course, means that you have to do a little bit more than just paint them, but I think most of us are, capable of that, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want a painted thing from him, the painted prices don't go up that much, and the paint jobs are really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Got something to pop in here now. We also had our buddy Anthony at Zolocon, Anthony Hasil. He's going to have these pieces here. It's called the Legendary Forge.
These are so cool.
And him and his son Tony have been doing some filament printing, and he's choosing what files are doing, and then they're going to print them and paint them up. These mechs and vehicles are licensed through Kit Crafters, and it allows them to sell them in person at shows. So that means they'll be at Zolocon, and the sales will go right into his son Tony's back pocket. So if you don't want to give Anthony money, but you really like these, this is a real conscience-free buy for.
This is. You're supporting a child, helping him with his pocket money.
Yeah, exactly, and starting him on his real creative journey. So definitely well worth the time.
Yeah, and they're just fun, aren't they? And you could get these into Cosmic quite easily as little robot characters and that sort of stuff. Yeah, they're really fun.
There's like a little hovercraft, a little tumbler style car vehicle, little gun tank sort of vehicle, sort of spider type vehicle with guns on the back,
with rocket launchers. Who doesn't love
rocket
that?
Launchers, sort of a mech, a little mech, and then some more sort of familiar shaped robots, I guess, aren't they?
I love these.
Yeah, they look really cool.
So, and then we also had these guys, which are these little cosmic robots.
Which I'm hoping John does again, because I completely misstored them. I can't afford this month anyway. Either,
this is a guy on the Cabal that goes by Arum Noj. You guys tell me his real name is actually the same as mine, John.
Yeah,
I can see why he changed it.
You read it back. Read Arum Noj backwards for his real name.
John Moore. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, is that what it got you?
Yeah.
Oh dear, I missed that completely. I'm not good with name anagrams, as we've already seen.
He's part of the Arizona crew.
Yeah.
And so obviously out in Zone A, they have these cosmic crawlers. So these are just a really cool idea. Great for using those heads that you might have.
It's so good. I actually have a little figure that's a similar thing from Shadowrun, one of the characters I picked up from Shadowrun, and I would have loved more of them. But
so the Crab Assault Robot, CAS robot wolf. He does a head. He's also got
I love this
this
brain
little
in
brain
here.
thing.
And he's made
that
that
you can
ahead
also
as
just
well.
go on
For,
a figure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very clever to make it a head that will go on a figure as well.
Yeah.
It's not just
Klaus von
this.
Sweet head.
I like that.
So, yeah, he has the cast cutter. So it's one body, 4 pairs of legs, 2 plugs and expansion ports. So this is, this type of thing reminds me of what Carver Customs do with their their charbots.
Yeah,
This is just a different type of thing, but
It's funny you should
similar
mention that, John,
vibe.
because John is working with Brian to add on Carver Custom bits as well.
oh, cool.
excellent.
So, yeah, so this is the robot head. This is the head he does for it. If you want to do that, you can do that.
Yeah, so the idea is use spare tusk heads and that sort of stuff. But if you don't want to do that, then he designed his own head as well, which is really clever and really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Absolutely. Then our buddies over at Borderland Horde, they actually today posted some new stuff. So hot off the press.
Then this is the first stuff since Legion's Con, isn't it? Bless them, they were very busy at Legion's Con, so I can see why it's taken a while to recover from that.
But also just, get the inventory sorted and decide on new projects and what direction they want them to go. So, yeah.
So it's I think it's pretty much the same head, isn't it? But just 3 different takes on it, sort of thing. So there's a barbarian version, and then there's a Mercurian gladiator version, and then there's a
so it's a big beardy guy.
Basically, I thought that looked quite Greek rather than barbarian, the one with the band around his head.
Oh, yeah, Greek, yeah.
I think they described it as barbarian then, Mal. So
Okay.
Negative points for them.
Call it Greek, guys.
Well,
Call it
I
Greek.
really like it. A lot of detail in it. Sculpted by Gian Art. So
that Gianluca again, who does stuff for Josh as well. He's a really good sculptor.
Yes.
And also
these are cool.
head sculpts.
I hadn't seen these till you put them up. Are they?
They're
these are
also
great.
Borderland put them up today as well, yeah. So
More
it's,
from Gianluca.
and I'm afraid now to say animals in case I get them wrong, but I think this is an eagle, yeah.
It is an eagle, correct? Yes.
The in-between one is, I don't know what that is. It's like a dragon.
I think it's a dragon of some sort,
It
yeah.
looks like it's got a hair, doesn't it? Which that's the one I really, really like. It's a bit bonkers.
And then we got a minotaur and kind of a beardy dude. Again, with
Like a
horns.
satyr or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a beardy
Again,
dude with
more
horns.
Gian Art sculpts. I believe Borderland Horde will be at ZoloCon as well, so that'll be the place if you're going to that show to pick them up first.
Really wish
Yeah, and I
they'd
think-
go to Solocon. It's going to be good.
It should be great, shouldn't it? I think they said they're going to have a fair few new sculpts as well, sort of thing. So they'll just be previewing over the next few days.
Yeah. And I'm sure they'll have plenty of their inventory as well from what you might have seen at Legion's Con or before that. So, yeah. Good on them. Then we got Dirk Designs.
Whose name isn't Dirk. I wish people would use their real names because this is getting very confusing now. But Dirk's stuff is awesome. So this is his, on the far right, there is a snail.
Are you like Arabic or something? You're always working right to left.
Yeah, it's all these mangas, the Holly goes, which go back to front. So I'm used to just doing it that way. So it's a 2.0 scale torso, head, and shell. So backpack.
This is really cool. Yeah,
Combat is really fun.
Body.
Yes.
2.0 body, but Goblin, I've seen it on.
Yeah, somebody painted one up, a full custom. I can't remember who it was now, but it looked really, really good. Just sort of various green shades and that sort of stuff, and a brown shell. So that's really cool, and it will help use up a swig that I had spare, so that's great. And then Dirk's gone amphibian crazy. So we have Big Ned the Toad, which is a real chunky, scaly, knobbly toad sort of look. And again, these are torso head combos, which I actually really quite like. it's a good way to get one piece without spending too much money. Because if you buy these sort of torso head things separately, it would cost you, these are 25. It would cost you 40 probably. So it's quite nice to see them joined up like that. You then have
we got Fat Gary and Slim Jerry.
Yeah. So we've got Fat Gary the bullfrog, so the American bullfrog, and Fat Gary's got a version with his tongue out as well. An American bullfrogs are huge, so I can see why he's called Fat Gary. And then you got the tree frog, Slim Jerry. And Mal has painted one of these for me at the moment that we got from Dirk. So it's really cool. Just a massive frog eyes and the really slim build. Again, the 2.0 build. So I really love that.
I heard somewhere that the name Gary in the UK is almost dying out now.
That's a myth. That story went around a couple of years ago, but actually there's plenty of Garys each year in the sort of birth register type thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not going to pass some of the really cool names, but there are plenty of Garys. Yeah.
Okay. Some more.
Yeah. So now we're into Dwarf Lord Toy. I think Dwarf Lord Toy Design.
Yeah.
And these are sold. So it's a different person. But they're sold through Dirk's website sort of thing, hence they're together with this. So they did lots of Orc 2-packs. So there's one with an Orc with a split head. There's another one with an Orc with an axe in his head and that sort of stuff. And they're relatively cheap prices for those. They got a couple of really good adder, like snake heads that you can use with an Indian body. So there's one with a helmet and his tongue sticking out, and then there's one. And then the other one, no helmet and a closed mouth sort of thing. Again, you just give that different look to the Ninian or to Oleg if you wanted to go down that route.
Yeah. Very good. And then we have some more.
And then some more. So they did a little over Christmas stuff. So, which me and Mal both got in on. So there's I'm not sure what the top left one's meant to be. It's like a banshee type thing. I'm not sure how that's Christmassy, but so big sticking out hair and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So again, any pretty much 2.0 build would work with that. They then did like a Yeti one. Did you get this one in the end, Mal, the Yeti type?
I did, and I'm such an I mean, it's so good, but I'm such an umpty because in my head it was troll scale, not ogre scale, and but it's ogre scale, and so I'm torn. I'll probably paint it up anyway and just have it as it is. But if you're listening, maybe if you could scale it up to ogre scale, that'd be very cool.
Troll scale.
Troll scale. That'd be very cool. And modify it so the neck and all that fits. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. There you go. Guaranteed sale, everybody. Yeah. And then there's a little dwarf next to him there, again with like a pointy out moustache sort of thing. The one next to it, Mal, do you want to describe the one next to it?
The gingerbread.
You both got
man.
it, but you fell in love with this one.
So good. It's just this creepy, ghoulish, obviously meant to be a gingerbread man because he's got lots of stuff like jelly tots or whatever you call them, gumdrops stuck to him and cream running down his head and like all that sort of thing. And it's just such a cool, creepy looking head sculpt. I had to get that one. I've already got the idea of what I'm going to do with it as well. So.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do with mine, but it's such a good sculpt that it was like, well, if we put an order in anyway, I've got to get it. Then next to that on the top, you've got a Father Christmas type dwarf again. So there's a bald one with massive beard, or there's one wearing a helmet with got antlers on it, which is the one that I got. Really cool. You then got a monk type one. It hasn't got the monk bald bit at the top, but it's that sort of look. It's like a bowl cut and then a big beard.
So these are all, if you come around here, kind of down and around, it's all the same.
Is it the same original thing? Okay, yeah. So you've got a braided beard with a receding hairline.
They're the Stooges, the Three Stooges.
Of course.
So it's Kurt Moe is the so if anyone knows anything about the Three Stooges, imagine their hair with beards, with dwarf beards.
You got Moe, Larry, and Curly. Excellent. Yeah, so Curly is the bald one with the beard going at angles. You got a couple of like Quaker type characters. So I bought the vampire version at Legion's Con, but they've now released like a demon version and just a normal human version. So that's the bottom left and 1-2 over. And then there's one called the Executioner, which I also got a Legion's Con. But it wasn't out, I don't think, on the website before then, but it's really cool. And it's meant to be a female character, but actually I think you could probably use it as a male one too. It's got like a mask across the eyes that's like a really textured mask and a hood. So you could use it for all sorts of things. So some really cool characters. Again, with the gangly, the Quaker thing is, it's almost like a scarecrow. I mean, the vampire one was sold as a scarecrow thing. So you could use that potentially on a grey alien if you put some soft goods on it.
Yeah.
Or on the red mask.
That
body, exactly. That sort of gangly, thin look would work really well with it.
Or if you're feeling brave, paint up some skeletal limbs to make them look like wood. And use some
I like that idea, Mal.
Yeah. I might have an idea.
Pat Boyle's making a note of that as we speak.
I'm waiting for those skeletal bodies to do that with something. I know, yeah.
And that's your lot from third-party news. So that was a bumper edition to kick us off, but I think in the future it might be a bit less stuff, but we'll try and keep that going this year and see how it works out. Obviously, coming up to events like Legion's Con and stuff, it might be a bit busier, but we'll also have some of those people on, I suppose, to tell us about the stuff. So, and next week is Valentine's Day. So last year we did. It's actually our episode drop day, so the Friday is actually Valentine's Day. Last year we did an actual episode. Kind of themed with Valentine's Day, so this year we'll have to think of something. I don't know if you have any ideas there, boys.
We'll have a think.
Just an episode talking about demon wangs, lots. I could do some drawings. We could cover it all with that. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about the retailer wave anyway in more detail. We'll have the full reveal for that, I hope, by then. Well, it's going on sale that day, and we'll probably record on the Wednesday as usual, so that... yeah.
I've just had a really good idea pop in my head. I won't spoil it for the listeners now.
Okay.
But gents, I will, once we're off air,
Rich's ideas are normally result in entertaining episodes.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I suppose enjoy your Necronominus all-ins if you get one. Enjoy the wait if not. And we'll all get them at some stage. They'll all be here. Someone will be first and someone will definitely be last. I'm looking at him.
Yeah. At this point, I normally stay safe, everybody. And I do mean it, unless you've got the Necronominus stuff in already, in which case, screw you. Everybody else, stay safe.